Lesson plan. Teaching English to adolescents and adults. Cristian Murcia. Code 1083896656. Group number 16. Claudia Juliana Ramirez. Tutor. UNAT. November 2015. Lesson plan. Here I present my lesson plan in order to reach the objectives of the activity guide. Course English class. Topic imperatives. Students age 15-16. Level basic. Grade 10th. Main goal. Recognize, identify, and learn some imperatives and its uses, depending the context where they are used. Specific goals. Identify the correct use of imperatives in a sentence and its correct grammatical structure when it is used in general sentence. Make correct use of imperatives for communicating in daily situations when it is necessary, asking for something inside the classroom or giving some comments in a practical and oral way. Understand the linguistic functions of the imperatives in the real-life communication in English. Identify the cultural difference, intentions, way how it is used or expressed, like orders, etc., between the use of the imperatives in our country and the use of imperatives in North American countries. Okay, let's begin with the lesson plan. For warming up, Tingo Tango game. To this game, teacher prepares for the class a decahedron made of cardboard which will have in each one of its sides written an imperative. Teacher chooses a student to be the leader who is going to say Tingo Tango, yeah? Students sit down making a circle. The leader begins the game saying the word Tingo several times, Tingo, 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 several times, while the students pass through their hands the decahedron. When leader says the word Tango, the student who has the decahedron has to throw it like it was a dice. When it stops, teacher reads the imperative written in the dice and students have to execute the thing that imperative says, or the action. The game continues in this way during the time disposed for it. The idea of this activity is to approach to the students to the concept of imperatives and at the same time to animate them. Here we can see a model of the decahedron. In each side it has a sentence in imperative way. Okay, let's continue. Time 15 minutes for this activity. Now the presentation. First, teacher use the imperative back to your desk to make to the students locate in a correspondent task. Teacher use imperatives all the time. First, we can them about the previous knowledge to the topic. First, we can ask them about the previous knowledge. Okay, here we can see some examples. Then, teacher is going to write them in a board including the imperatives written in the decahedron. Turn around, clap your hands, run around the circle, move your body, hands up, sing a song, open the door, turn on the light, dance in a foot, draw yourself in the board. These are some of the imperatives that could be written in the decahedron, and teacher is going to write it or write them in the board. Besides, teacher is going to write in the board the imperatives that students already know. Yeah, for this activity. Okay, continue. Here, teacher explains to the students the main concepts and aspects related with the imperatives using the presentation found in the next link. This link shows to the student or is done for students in order to teach them the main characteristics of imperatives and their structure in sentence and their use in real life. So you can see that in this presentation. Let's continue. Okay, in that presentation you can see the concept of imperatives. I wanted to add the concept here in order to show you but these aspects that I am going to show from this moment, you can watch it in the presentation. The imperatives are a verbal form that is normally used to instruct, warn, demand action, encourage, make invitation, give an advice, and so on. In this form, the subject or pronoun is not expressed. Then, teacher explains the structure and the different imperatives form in the next way. Imperative is negative and affirmative, as you can see. Okay, here is a little cartoon calling to the door. Now, okay, let's see affirmative. Affirmative and negative. Affirmative consists in the infinitive form of the verb without using to. Example, watch out, open the door, hands up, be careful, and things like that. Yeah. Negative builds with the auxiliary do in negative. Examples, don't worry, don't do that, don't speak. Okay, negative uses don't. Okay, the auxiliary negative don't. Yeah, in order to build the sentence. Okay, continue. Okay, redistribution is an example here. Okay, then teacher explains other possible structure of imperatives with the words let or let us. Let's see some examples. Let it come in, let us go home, let me have a look. One explained the topic, teacher disposed some minutes to clear doubts or queries about it, and then they pass to the practice part. Okay, in the practice part we're going to describe some activities. For practicing, teacher uses a video beam to project in the board the next image in order to work with all students at the same time, clarifying doubts and answering with the correct words and the correct form. Okay, here you can see the picture, and so teacher is going to project this picture in the board using a video beam, and the students have to answer the correct word in the blanks. Here you can see that I was talking about. Teacher makes use of some pictures taking into account the different learning styles. Besides, during the developing of this activity, the student who knows the answers goes to the board and writes on the projected picture on the board, and teacher takes advantage of that to express some imperatives in order to execute it at the same time. For instance, teacher says, "You, Andres, stand up and go to the board. Now write your answer. Okay, sit down, thank you." Yeah, in this way teacher says some examples of imperatives. Besides, in this way students who present more learning can receive the information too, taking into account the different learning styles. Here you can see the other picture, the other image in order to work in class. Production. In this part, teacher asks the students for choosing one of the next situation to elaborate a short dialogue in which they present and apply the use of the imperatives in the ways learned in class. The situations are the next: teacher and students in classroom, manager or boss with the employees, police officer and thieves in the street, captain and soldiers in the battalion. Once students choose one of these situations, teacher gives a list of imperatives that they can use in their dialogues, or students can choose them by themselves. Materials and equipment. Okay, in this part I want to talk about the materials that I am going to use in the class. Okay, here we have a video beam. Here we have the worksheets. Here we have a computer or laptop, markers, the board, and this is the cajadron. This cajadron is made of cardboard by me, okay? By the teacher. Continue. Assessment, okay. In this part, the assessment will be constantly during the class, and teacher will give positive points for each contribution of students, either spoken or writing. If one student participates in class, he wins 1 positive point, yeah? Or if he makes some sentence in the board or in the notebook, teacher gives them 1 positive point. Okay, this is the assessment. Let's continue. At the end of the class, teacher and all the group see their mates' dialogues, and students present the script to the teacher while they are showing their performance. Finally, teacher gives them some worksheets to work about imperatives. Then, teacher picks up the worksheets in order to review it and compute a grade between this activity and the points gained by each student in class. Besides, teacher compute this grade with the grade of the dialogue. You will see soon. Okay, here is the model of the worksheet in order to work in this part in class. For this activity, the evaluative weight is distributed in the next way. Dialogue 15%, worksheets 30%, okay, I'm sorry, dialogue 50%, worksheets 30%, and participation in class 20%. Okay, summative evaluation and formative evaluation. I think in this part the evaluation has aspects of both kinds of evaluation, as summative as formative, because the evaluation is carried out during the whole class. In every moment, teacher is looking to their students' performance, and he can know how they participate, how they realize some tasks in the class, and according to that, teacher is going to giving them some positive points or grades. And summative because of the worksheets and the dialogue, yeah, that are 2 activities to be evaluated. Okay, homework. Finally, as a homework, teacher asks for students to write 20 sentences in their notebooks done by themselves using imperatives and taking into account the imperatives they use most in the real context. 10 of those sentences will be written in affirmative, and the other then will be written in negative. It helps to apply the topics learned in class through using real situations. Consolidation. As a final activity for consolidation, teacher is going to write in the board different words in disorder, and he with the students are going to shape sentence, joining the words in the correct imperative structure proposed by tutor. While they go making sentence, teacher goes clarifying doubts of questions. Such words could be like don't, some verbs, let us or let's, and some pronouns, and then students shape or make the sentence. Okay, here you can see the consolidation.